Hi, this is the Adirondack Guy, and today's subject that I wish to talk about here on my YouTube channel is the subject of racism. Now, but more specifically, I'm talking about racism within the United States of America. And I first want to say that I don't believe racism in the USA is as bad or even close to being as bad as what we are hearing. And I'll explain. I'm not denying that there's racism within our nation. In my opinion, I believe that all mankind, no matter who they are, is prejudiced of something. It's what I call fallen human nature. I believe that there is only one race, called the human race, or what many of us Christians call Adam's race. We're all descendants of Adam and Eve. That's my personal belief. And I do not believe in the curse of Ham, because it's not even mentioned in Scripture. It was Canaan who was cursed. And for those who don't even know what I'm talking about, that's good. Don't even go there. Now, the reason why I think there is a ideology of extreme racism in the United States is because of one thing, and I will get to that. But I need to explain that I do believe there is lots of people in our country who are very, what we call, racist. Either as against people of different shades of skin or different nationalities. But how do I put this? But I believe that the fire, what I believe is that there is racism is like a little spark. It's like a lighted match. But you need something like propane or something to cause that fire to spread quickly among other people. And I truly believe that what has caused this fire to spread is the media. Now you might be thinking, well, wait a minute. They're the ones who are trying to fight racism. Well, I want to back up here. In my opinion, I believe that throughout history, racism was eventually slowly going away. Okay? Our nation was slowly accepting interracial marriage. It was slowly accepting people of different nationalities in our country. And something happened. And then all of a sudden there was a big flame of anger. And I'm talking about, this is way after the Civil War. Keep in mind, at the beginning of our nation, when it came to slavery, slavery was not between people of different orientations. It was, or different national backgrounds. Slavery was people of different backgrounds, whether we are so-called white or African American, European American. At the beginning of our nation, there were many different kinds of nationality slaves. Eventually, because of the wealth of the slave trade, a lot of it became African Americans. That's a whole other history involved with warfare in Africa and all that kind of stuff. But after the Civil War, there was a lot of anger. The Ku Klux Klan came about. Because the South was very upset, and it involves with the Democratic Party versus the Republican Party. I mean, it's a mess. The history is just a mess. And then, of course, we get to the time of J.F. Kennedy with, the time of, Martin Luther King, with the movements and, of course, segregation and all that kind of stuff. All right, let's go past all this. Let's get finally to the 1980s and 90s. Things started to look up. People were starting to become less prejudiced and less racist. And we were beginning to accept views of that, we're all equal. And then something happened. And in my opinion, what caused this fire to explode was the media. And like you said, but the media's been trying to fight against racism. Well, this is my opinion. It is better not to be said so that it'll never occur. In other words, when the media started bringing up racism to the public, and they made it sound worse than it really was, what they did was they caused a spark to expand, and a fire began. What I mean is, if the media, and I know I'm sounding not so good about this, but if they kept their mouths shut about racism in our nation, I believe racism would have died out more quickly, at least between shades of skin and certain nationalities. That's my opinion. So I think there's an old saying that I forgot what it is, but sometimes it's better to keep your mouth shut, because if you bring it up, then it will be an issue. And the media should have never brought this up. And now it's an issue. That's just my opinion. You haven't forced the American people to take sides and put ideas in their minds that should have been gone a long time ago. Okay, that's all I have to say. Good day.